Live! At least I think we are. Yes, we are. We should be live. Yes. Okay, when? Joe, not really. Shadowverse Talks is now. Shadowsword Talks is now live. We got a lot to talk about today for Shadowverse. We got a lot of new cards coming out. And we got a lot of other stuff as well. In the halftime show, we got Soul Worker, maybe a couple of new characters, maybe confirmed. Uh, I know that they have a giveaway and they have a bunch of other stuff as well. Elsword balance patch.
I know that.
So we got Chronogenesis. Oh wait, I need to change my go. Let me see. Hold up. I need to go to my Twitch real quick here. I need to change my game here. epi7. No games. There we go. Okay. We got everything we need. Okay. So let's go ahead and head back over to our topics now. We're going to go back to our topics. Okay. So we got a lot of topics today. It may not seem like a lot, but just this alone right here is going to take a lot of our time. So Chronogenesis, we got new artifacts. We're going to be talking about ancient artifacts, mystic artifact, and iridian artifact. We got arts for cards that were not previously there, so we'll be taking a look at those. Grand summoning effects and its rarity. It's obviously we already saw it's a gold card, but we now know what the effects of the card is. Definitely we got a ton of new cards.
We knew that for a while, though.
Not really. Halftime show, we're going to be talking about soul workers once we get to the halfway point. New characters, maybe. Giveaway, soul worker is doing a giveaway, so we'll go into more information on that if you want to take part in that. They're also doing some merchandises. Closers is currently still in beta. Still no official release date as of late. And of course, elsewhere there was a recent balance patch not too long ago. And then third job for second line characters, and there's still not enough information on that. But we do have some images of what to look forward to.
Yep.
So I think that's not bad. Okay, let's go ahead and head over to our first topic here. Let's go over to Time Chronos. Now we'll take a look at the cards, the artifacts later. But first, we'll go ahead and go into the first couple of cards that have been released. We got a lot on the list here. Okay.
There's a lot of new cards.
Okay, so first on the list is gonna be. Here we go. So first on the list, we got an Adept Archer. I think we looked at this recently. No, we didn't. No. Whenever this follower's attacks of defense is increased by a spell card, a spell or an effect, deal 1 damage to a random enemy follower. And since Forest is going to be getting a lot of these now,
probably, yeah.
You will be able to put this card's ability to use, which is going to be not bad. And could also be a pain to go up against. I know that.
No, there's a lot of on turn 2 removal, but.
Yeah, but who's gonna play this on turn 3? Would you play this card on turn? Well, if you have this card on turn 3, and then you have that 1 cost of gold card already on board, then this card will take effect.
Then again, it's not bad on curve because it's a 3 play point and 3/2.
Then again, it's only its attack will be buffed, so you can still Sylvan Justice it, and then you can still probably get remove it. My favorite card out of the whole entire forest, the Weed, Furious Elder Weedmon. It's a 2/1 follower. It's silver card, and for any kind of data, it's a 2 play point follower. It's a 4/3 when it's evolved, so it's +2/+2. Fanfare, give an allied forestcraft follower +1/+0. So you can definitely use this Weed Man with the Adept Archer we just looked at. So you could increase her ability, and you can deal 1 damage to all enemy followers. I believe we looked at Wolfang earlier. No, we didn't. Wolf.
Also,
well, we looked at the ability, but we didn't look at the art of the card. True. So there's an enhanced ability on it. So it's a 1/1 cost follower, and you play this card on turn 3. Basically, it just gains Bane. That's it.
Okay.
It's decent.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's not that great.
Nothing too special.
Another card here.
Homebound Mercenary.
Homebound Mercenary.
Oh,
it's a Shadowcraft follower.
No, it's
Swordcraft. I don't know where I got. It's a silver card. And then at the end of your turn, restore 1 defense to this follower. And if you play it on turn 4, this card will gain +1/+2.
So it becomes a 3/4. Yeah.
It becomes a 3/4, and at the end of this turn, he will always restore 1 HP.
I feel like it's okay for value trading, but
decent.
Other than that, yeah, it's decent.
Merchante is another sword follower. This one's the commander. Give +1/+0 to an allied officer. Enhance 7. Play this card on turn 7. Give the card +3/+2 instead, which is too overpoweredly broken. Because you'll be looking at a 4/3 quick blader.
Well, actually, it's okay in my opinion.
4/3 quick blader for game.
As if that's gonna happen.
Yeah, play this card on turn 8, and then you got yourself.
You're either dead yourself or your opponent's dead at that point.
If you're not playing aggro, then apparently everybody runs aggro in your deck. Okay.
I mean, that's the most popular Swordcraft deck, so.
Joycraft Sammy. Basically, it's the same as that one other Runecraft card already. The 2/2.
Actually, I can see a mill rune actually be a thing.
2/2/2/2. Play her.
Just gonna put it out there. Mill decks are coming.
Whatever.
Gonna be fun.
We'll go ahead and skip Grand Summoning for now.
Even though everyone knows what it does by now.
Not really. We'll go back to Grand Summoning, like I said. Stormborn Wings. So we took a look at the art. We already saw what the effect is gonna do. You're gonna put a Wind Blast Dragon into your hand.
It transforms the dragon card into.
And then so it's a 1-cost card, so you could just put a fucking card in your hand. Marion Fears transform dragon card into your hand into a blazing breath. More transforming cards. You guys take a look at the art. So there's the art of the card. Transform a dragon card. Yep. Ayla. Basically, we got the alternate art. And then basically you evolve her, you get an empty play orb. So you can play this one on turn 2 and then you play the other one on turn 3. I don't fucking care. Yep. More play points like a fucking scrub. Zernitra is basically getting a renewal.
A retrain.
Fanfare, summon another dragon. Whenever an allied dragon follower really costs 3 points of place, come to give it +0/+1. Sure, create a 2/3 Ayla.
Sure. As if that's gonna do anything.
Whenever an allied follower is destroyed, restore one defense to your leader. So we didn't have the art before. Here's the art for the card. We got a bone bug. Looks weird
That
to
looks
me. It doesn't look
weird
like
as
no
fuck.
doesn't look like a bug to me. It
I know,
looks like
right?
a beheaded Cubone. Exactly. Grave Invitation. We didn't have the art before, so this is the art of the card.
The card is so good.
Destroy an allied follower, and then you can summon a zombie in its place. So
The card is
basically,
so. This is
as
so broken.
if soul conversion was enough, you now have a grave invitation.
Well, then again, this card doesn't draw.
It doesn't draw, but it can summon a zombie in its place, so you can still
Yeah.
have board presence.
This card is
So you play
so
this
broken.
card with soul conversion in your deck with lurching corpse, lurching corpse, or the lich summoner in its place. Your board is like no tomorrow.
Yeah, tempo swinger, definitely. Pretty good.
Legendary card Shadows. Ooh, Aisha. Aisha, come on. You're supposed to be you're supposed to be magic, not a
You're supposed
shadow.
to be Runecraft.
It's supposed to be Runecraft Daria. You're supposed to be a Daria replacement.
Lol.
Right. This card has Rush. It's a 5/5/5. 5/4. I'm sorry. Fanfare. Necromancy 10. You can. It's a free evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can play this card on turn 10. This card gets Storm. And then you can evolve her on turn 10. This card can attack twice. It's a. As if Albert was not enough. You make another card with literally the same exact
Literally
effect.
just Albert.
You literally make the same card with the same exact effect, except in order for this card to be of use without having to use an evolution point, you have to have 10 shadows at your disposal, which
How
is
hard
going to
is
be
that?
easy
Exactly.
at turn 10 because you already have at least 15 shadows by then.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing Goleming Tombs, then you have at least 20 or 30. And then you can just play PTP and you're good to go. Oh no, you can't, huh? So you play this card, okay? Necromancy 10. You evolve this follower, she'll get Storm. She'll get Rush. But if you play her on turn 10, why does she have two fanfare effects? Which one takes priority?
I think they extract at the same time.
Do they really?
I think so. I don't know though. It probably. I mean, they probably
Well,
made it to be an Albert.
I don't know. What I feel like this is that if you play this card before turn 10, obviously her Necromancy 10 is gonna trigger, so she's gonna use 10 shadows. Or if you play her on turn 10, her Necromancy 10 will not trigger, but she will get this enhanced effect instead. And you will have to use an evolution point for her to swing twice.
I don't think so.
Is what I think would, because there's two fanfare effects here.
Yeah, I know.
So only one of them is probably one or the other is gonna trigger depending on how you play it.
I think they're both gonna trigger at the same
Because
time,
you have the enhance effect and then you have the necromancy effect. They're both not gonna trigger.
I personally think they're gonna trigger at the same time, but
I
could
highly
be
doubt
wrong.
that. If they both
probably
trigger at the
will.
same time, that's broken.
Yeah,
So it's either one or the other.
I don't know. I don't even know. At this
If they
point,
both trigger, she's just gonna be broken, AF.
It's gonna be an Albert.
She's gonna be broken AF with free evolution. That's broken.
Yeah.
Deal blood drinkers.
You already
Deal
looked at
4
these.
damage to a follower. Give it drain. And if it's a Bloodcraft follower, give it drain if it's a Bloodcraft follower. So you deal 4 damage to a follower. Basically, it can be yours or the opponent's, and then you give it. And if it's a blood card, that card gets drain. So if you're going up against a blood deck, that card will. If that card is not destroyed with 4 damage, it will get drain. So that's a trade-off right there. But knowing Blood Vengeance, we got a lot of pretty strong followers, so we could do 4 damage to our own follower, and we get ourselves drain.
Hmm.
and you can use that follower and you can swing and heal some HP. So there's some good things about it and there's some bad things about it.
I think it's meant to be played with the legendary as well.
If Vengeance is active, recover 2 PP. There,
Yeah,
I'm beginning to think they're running out of ideas for blood here.
we've already looked at these cards anyways. So.
No, we didn't. Next, we got Reach of the Archdemon. Deal 3 damage to all followers. That means your followers as well, not just your the enemy. And then, of course, if Vengeance, you recover 3 play points again. Now they're really running out of ideas.
They're pushing control blood.
They don't even need all of these play points recovery cards. It's ridiculously stupid.
Yeah,
I'm losing my touch on blood now. I feel like I don't even want to play blood anymore because of all of these fucking useless, ridiculous play point recoveries. It's dumb. Diabolus Sema. Fanfare effect, put a Demonic Storm and a Demonic Strike, which is good, into your hand. If Vengeance is active, recover 6 play points. That's already broken. This follower cannot be damaged by spells. It could be, however, it can be destroyed by spells and effects, so you can still
you can also
destroy
damage it. You can also damage it with the follower.
Well, who's gonna do that when you can just destroy it with a spell card?
I'm just saying. Like, yeah.
Blood is definitely. I'm losing interest in blood. With all of these play point recovery cards, I'm starting to lose interest. Like I don't even want to play blood anymore. Ancient Protector. I think we looked at this card already.
I don't think so, actually.
Summon a Heaven Golems. This already all Heaven. Yeah, we talked about this last episode.
Okay.
We talked about this card, but there's the art now. You guys, previously there was no art for this card, so there's the art for it.
True.
Jean, I think we talked about Jean.
Yeah, I think so, but still, yeah, there was art of her as well.
There was an art for her, yeah.
Yeah.
So we already talked about
Heavenly
Jean.
Knight.
Heavenly Knights, there was no art for this card, but we did have the effect of the card.
No, this came out.
Oh yeah, that's right. The card was just recently released back in Saturday.
Yeah. Yep.
Saturday, this card was released. Heavenly Knight, I love this card. I absolutely love this card. Ward,
pretty good.
fanfare effect. If an allied amulet is in play, this card gains Storm. At the start of your opponent's turn until the start of your next turn, this card gains +4/+0. So this card is practically a 7/7 on board during your opponent's turn.
Yeah, it's a 7/7 ward, basically.
And if you evolve it, it's practically 9/9. I love this card.
9/9/9. Okay.
This card, but I feel like this card is going to get nerfed.
I
Not
don't
the
think
ability, but the cost of the card. I feel like they might increase it up to 8, if not 9, because it's
maybe. I don't think so personally.
being a 7/7 tank on board is. Ooh.
Excuse me, we got a 6/7/7 over here.
English motherfucker, do you speak it? Mega Steel Lion, we talked about this card already. You already got the art of the card. Mechanized Servant, we talked about this card. There's the art for the card.
Black Iron Soldier is the old card.
Blackluster Soldier, we talked about that card. There's the art for the card. Masked Puppet, there's the art for the card. We talked about this previously, but there was no.
That looks freaky as hell.
There was no art for it, so we have. This is the art for the Masked Puppet. The effect is still the same. There's no changes to it.
Cursed Stone is a new card.
Cursed Stone. Portal card. This is a ward card. This card cannot attack. If you evolve this card, if you evolve it, it still cannot attack. If Resonance is active, we talked about Resonance, if you guys remember. Remove all effects on this follower. So this card can attack, but it will lose its ability of ward.
Yep.
So it will lose its ward, but it can attack. So that's your call but that's only your call if you want to evolve it while Resonance is active.
I feel like it's a pretty good trade-off.
I wouldn't. I don't see why not, but I would
Yeah, it's a pretty good card,
probably evolve
actually.
it when Resonance is not active, so it can keep that
I
ward on
don't
it.
know. Maybe.
I would like to keep that ward effect on it because it would be a beefy 5/5 on board on turn 3.
That's on turn 3.
Yeah. Next you got Mech Wing Swordsman, portal card. There's the art for the card. Randomly put two of the following cards in. So put two of the following. So you can either get an analyzing artifact or an ancient artifact, or you can get an ancient artifact and a mystic artifact, or you can get a ancient artifact and radiant artifact, or blah 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 blah. So you can get
Etc.
two of. So you get one of the each, or
You get
two
two of the 4.
of the 4 cards. So we'll be getting into more information. We'll be going into these artifacts in a little bit because the only one that we looked at is analyzing artifact. So we don't have any
Yeah.
information on the mystic, ancient, mystic, or radiant. So we'll be getting into more information about that
Course.
down the line. McQueen Swordsman, Mana Pistol. I believe we looked at this card already.
How the hell do you pronounce that last part of the name? Merc?
Merc.
Merc.
You can call it, or you can do Merce.
Yeah, mercy.
Mercenary.
Yeah,
If Resonance is active, deal 1 damage to all enemy followers, which is not bad. But
pretty
for
bad,
5
actually.
costs, it's okay.
It's pretty bad.
She's a 5/4, not that big of a deal.
Her stats are not bad for what she does, but
Well, at least it's not a clash effect. It's if that was a clash effect, holy cow.
yeah, if it was a clash, it might have been a bit better.
The Happy Pig. Basically, it's a neutral. This is a neutral card. Bronze card.
What does it do
Last
again?
words. Last words. Restore 1 defense to your leader. Sure, put this on a Haven deck.
Let's see.
Put this in a
Vengeful
Haven deck and
Puppeteer.
trade it
Alright.
off, and then you can just restore, and then you can +1/+1 your stupid followers. So we looked at the analyzing artifacts. We're going ahead and go into the ancient artifact. So this is the other second artifact card that's going to be released for Portalcraft. This card is a 1 cost. It's a 3/1. This card has Rush.
That's very good.
This is a very strong card for trading.
Yes.
Very strong artifact. And if you guys
And the fact that it's
remember
only a 1 cost.
and if you guys remember the fact of the other followers that we had that can give these cards even more abilities, that will make this card a very strong addition
Wait,
to the deck.
what card can give this guy abilities?
It basically gives. It's one of the portal cards. It gives abilities to a certain artifacts. To artifacts to get
Oh,
like.
no. They give them to puppets.
I'm not talking about the puppets.
What the hell?
Mystic artifact is basically a holy grail. I would much prefer to call it a holy grail instead of a mystic artifact, or you can call it a holy grail artifact.
I guess.
It's a ward card. This card can attack, so don't worry about not being able to attack with this ward. It has a fanfare effect, so you draw a card. It's a 3 cost. It's a 2/3. Pretty beefy ward for turn 3.
Sounds like regular stats for 3.
It's practically a Grimnir without Grimnir.
With a draw card attached to it.
Radiant artifact. It's like I seen like this scene out of somewhere, Sword Art Online. I don't know. It's a 5 cost artifact with Storm. It's a 5 cost for 3. Last words. If it is your turn, then you put a random artifact card from your deck into your hand. It is your opponent's turn. If it is your opponent's turn, you draw a card. So as long as this card is on the field, well, that's for last words though. So
Yep.
if this card dies on your turn, you put a random artifact from your deck into your hand. If this card dies on your opponent's turn, you draw a card instead.
So either
Both
way,
of
it's a
these
win-win.
either way, you're getting a card from your deck, which is very good.
It
I feel.
replenishes itself, which is good.
So you can either trade the card off or go face with the card and just let your opponent destroy the card, and you can still draw a card anyway. Very good card.
Indeed.
And I believe that is all we have for the new artifacts.
Did we go? Did we go over Chronos?
Chronos? No, we did not go over Chronos because
Thought
Chronos
so.
was not available back in when we did it.
Last week,
Only
yeah.
Deus Ex Machina was available.
True.
Vengeful
That's
Spirit,
okay.
Noah. So there's the art for this card. This card is a storm card. Put a puppet into your hand, and then you basically give this card +1/+0 and storm to all of your puppets in your hand. This card will be only putting one puppet into your hand, so this card will be giving. This card will. Then again, I'm not sure if this will pop after you put a puppet in your hand because it doesn't. Because it doesn't say then.
It's after it will probably.
Probably after, but if it doesn't, because usually it would say then, and then it would. That means
Yeah.
after the first effect, the second effect will trigger. Automated soldier. We already talked about this card, but there was no art before. So here's the art for the automated soldier. You put a puppet in your hand, and then you give this card give +0/+1 to all puppets in your hand. So you basically, if you have this card and the previous card, you can give your puppets +1/+1. So not a bad card. If you're building a puppet deck, which I believe is gonna be in the upcoming meta, we'll definitely be seeing a lot of puppets. Put 2 puppets in your hand. This is a spell card. Puppeteer Strings. Previously there was no art for this, so here's the art for it. Basically, you put 2 puppets into your hand, and then you deal 1 damage to all enemy followers. So this is definitely a good counter to aggro. And then Grave Invitation, we already looked at those. Let's see, what else do we got? Grand Summoning. Reach, Ancient Protector. Morton of the Manipulator. There's the art for this card. This card only has an evolve ability. Banish an enemy follower that costs 2 play points or less, and then put a copy of that follower as an allied follower. So you could
so fucking broken.
This card is definitely gonna be used a lot in Portalcraft. I can just imagine it. And I think that's it. All we got left is Bellringer Angel. Basically, it's a beefier version of the Bellringer ward, and basically last word, draw 2 cards instead of 1. So there's your Bellringer. She has more bells instead of. I'm surprised she didn't have 4 bells instead of 2. She has 6 bells instead of 4.
Yep. Ding dong.
And then finally Chronos. Oh yeah, that's right. We will be going, like I said, we will be going back to that other Runecraft card, and basically we'll tell you what that card does, because Reddit doesn't seem to be showing the effect of the cards at all. So Chronos, give both leaders the following effect. At the end of your turn, draw cards equal to the attack of your strongest follower. This effect is not stackable and lasts for the rest of the match. So basically, there are 2 decks you can probably build with Portalcraft. Or if there's any other decks that makes your opponent draw cards, you can probably run Chronos with it. Basically, a new looks like they're going to be adding a new architecture to the deck. It's going to be Mill. Now, what Mill is basically you discard the top cards of your deck and put it into the graveyard or the shadows.
Yep.
However, effects that bring back shadow cards like Not Cerberus. What's her? Carry the Wind. The same effects that Carry the Wind when you mill cards. Those shadows will not be triggered and
Well,
will
of
be
course,
brought
because it's
back
not
because they
destroyed.
were not destroyed. Even though milling top cards of your deck should be considered destroying cards, but
No, it's
it
considered
doesn't.
discarding them.
It's
It's
still
considered discarding.
practically being destroyed into the graveyard.
But it's being
Anyways,
discarded.
we'll
So
move on.
but yeah,
Let
Kronos
me
is
go ahead and bring back. Let
not.
me take a look at here. Okay, so Grand Summoning. So Grand Summoning is a spell card that we previously looked at. The six cost card, and I'm not sure if you guys can see that. It's a Runecraft card, spell card, gold card, and it's an Earthright ability. If it has an Earthright ability, you +1/+0 to all allied followers, including the followers summoned by this card. So if you play this card without the Earthright, you'll just get a Guardian Golem, a Clay Golem, and a Scrap Golem, but you will not get the +1/+0 effect. If you play this card with the Earth Sigil on board, you will give +1/+0 to all allied followers,
Yep.
including the
So
cards that were summoned by this card.
so basically, on regular play, you get a 3/3 ward, 2/2, and a 0/2 with ward.
Without
So
the
it's pretty
effect of
good.
Earth Sigils. If you do play
Yeah,
with
which
this,
is which is
if
just
you
played
do play
normally.
with Earth Sigil, it will be a 4/3, 3/2, and a 1/2.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the
It's a pretty
effects
good
of
card.
the
Not gonna lie,
of that card.
it's a good card. It's gonna be played in
Um,
control dirt.
let's see. Heaven's Golem. I think we looked at that card already. Oh, okay, that's right. Here we have a puppet. It's a 0 cost card, so it's basically free play points. This is your puppet art right here. This card has Rush. At the end of your opponent's turn, this card gets banished. So basically, this card will remain on the field until the end of your opponent's turn if they try to trade off with this card, or you can destroy this card by trading it off instead,
Yep.
which is a very strong card. Free play points, and if you stack your hand with a bunch of these puppets, ooh boy,
Yep.
you can easily trade it. Only one problem though, you cannot have 13 of these to take out a Baja.
I mean, technically, no, you can't.
No, you can't. Even though if you
You can
do
play.
buff these cards, you might be able to.
Yeah. Actually, also, there's some new cards.
If you're
that
lucky enough
I've
to have
seen.
9 of these puppets in your hand with that are +2/+2, that's
Also, I
18
saw
damage right
some.
there.
Yeah. Also, I saw some new cards got revealed.
Really? Because I didn't.
It's on another Discord group I'm on. It's a new Portocraft Legendary. It says 866, and Funfair.
Well, how about you give us the card so we can take a look at it?
All right, hold on. Let me. Here you can look at the art.
What are you doing?
And here's the effect. Because there's been quite a bit of cards actually been revealed.
There. So there's the card. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. We'll zoom up all in here. It's in Japanese, okay.
It's a freaking cannon.
So there we go. Who put XYZ Dragon Head Cannon in here?
I don't know.
XYZ Dragon Head Cannon. So this card. Oh, it's the card that I somehow got mega pregnancy out of it.
Yeah.
It's an 8 play point card. It's a 6/6 with fanfare effect. So the fanfare is over here. Uh, evolution, nicey, meaning there's nothing. There's no evolution effect. Deal damage to all enemy followers equal to the number of allied artifacts destroyed. So the amount of artifacts that you destroyed during that entire game is how much damage that this card will deal, which is very strong. Because Portalcraft relies on artifacts,
Yeah.
so you can see. So very strong card.
Don't mind me. I'm just putting card information.
Okay. Next, we got a nameless card. Not sure if you guys can see that. There we go. So we got a nameless card. I could read that, but it's all in kanji. It's a 4-cost spell card. Now, I'm pretty sure, depending on the card's effect, we might be able to tell which class it's for.
It's a dragon card.
Well, at least put what class these cards are for if you're gonna give me information.
Then again, I kept scrolling and then
Destroy all damaged followers. Deal 1 damage to all undamaged followers. Definitely sounds like a dragon card. Broken.
Not really broken.
And then next we got another card here. Another Japanese card.
The 1 play point spell. I think it's a neutral.
It's a 1 play point, 1 cost. So basically, to play this on turn 1, you add one of the following cards into your hands: Forest of Dreams, Arthurian Light, Enchanted Library, Phoenix Roost. What? Grave Desecration. Ooh. Bloodfed Flowerbed. What? And Pegasus Sculpture. This looks like a neutral. Could be a neutral card, or it could be for one of the classes. Seeing how it basically gives 1 card out of each class, which is practically the same as this other. I think it's a forest follower. I'm not sure if it was forest. Yeah, I think it's forest. Basically, you can get like Phoenix out of it, and a dragon card. You can get like a bunch of other cards as well. So it could be one of the for one of the classes, but we don't know yet.
Forest of Dreams is an old Forest Craft amulet. Have fun with all those cards.
Okay. So we got Arya. There's your Arya. Arya. There we go. Tenshi. Tenshi no Arya. 4 play points, 3/3. She's a 3/3. Let me scroll down here so you guys can see her attacks. There's a 3/3. Obviously a 4 follower. She's a legendary card. I'm assuming she's a forest card. Add 1 fairy whispers into your hand. Play her on turn 9. After you put a fairy whisper into your hand, you add a fairy until the number of hands reaches the maximum number, which is 9. So basically, it's practically the same card as the fairy princess.
Mm-hmm. I saw the fairy wisp as well. It's 0 cost 1/1, I do believe. Let me find it
So
real quick.
it's basically a another version of the fairy princess, except this one is Aria, and you put a fairy wisp into your hand. Not fairy whisperer, sorry, not the 2/1/1 cost follower.
No, it's a 0/1/1 who has
The
a
fairy
fairy, I
wisp,
think.
not fairy whisper. But there's your Aria. Next, we have another Japanese card. Definitely looks like something out of Runecraft here,
Yep.
because it's a golem, so why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, exactly.
So we got an 8 play point follower with 6/6 with ward. Basically, you turn all Earth sigils into your hand into spells of truth.
Which is a 1 play point spell that deals 3, I think. Hold the phone.
Apparently, he's not providing me with information for these cards.
Oh, excuse me. It's a 2 play point spell that deals 3. And Earthright, draw a card.
Fanfare effect, Earthright. For every Earth sigil in your hand, could you not? For every Earth sigil that's in play, you put a spell of truth into your hand. So if you have Earth sigils in hand, those will be turning into the spell of truth. Or for every Earth sigil that is in play, you'll put that many spell cards into your hand, spell of truth into your hand.
Let me put it another way. Rose Queen.
So basically, as long as you have Earth sigils on Earth sigils on board, it's an Earthright effect. So it's going to consume one of the Earthrights. So the best you can probably have is put 3 more into your hand, plus the ones that are Earth sigils in your hand, if you have any.
Yep.
So if you have 4 Earth sigils on board already, and you play this card, it's an Earthright effect. So it's going to consume 1, and it's going to put 3 Earth sigils into your hand. Not Earth sigils. It's going to put 3 spells into your hand, along with the Earth sigils that are already in your hand, and those are going to transform into the spell card. Okay, next we got a name that's in Kana, which I should be able to read, but not,
I already
unfortunately.
put the name.
Dinimu. 3 play point follower. A 1/5. Jeez, she's tanky. Your leader gains the ability during your turn. Whenever your leader takes damage, restore 1 play point. Oh my fucking god! Another one. Definitely a blood card. I know that. Until this follower leaves the board, this is definitely a blood card.
Yeah. It's a Lilium, so of course it is.
During your turn, whenever it's only during your turn though. So whenever you deal damage to yourself, you recover 1 play point. I don't even want to play blood anymore. I'm done with blood. I'm just flat out done with blood now. I'm gonna stop maining blood, and I'm done.
That's what you're going to. What are you going to turn to?
I don't know. Haven, forest, party forest because of weeds. If we can have more weed cards.
Smoke weed every day.
Next we got another card here with no name.
Yeah, I can find the name of it.
I think let me see. T me. Whatever. Screw reading it. So we got a nameless card. I'm just gonna call it nameless. It's a fanfare card. You basically give an allied follower ward, which is good.
It's pretty good, yeah.
As if it's not a war already. You can already build a wardcraft deck with Haven, but why not make more? I can probably run this card with the rabbits. I'll definitely run it with rabbits. Too bad they'll be rotated out, so screw that. And it's a Haven card. Let me see what else do we got.
I found some more card text, but I didn't find the picture for it.
So there's no art for it. Okay.
No. But I'll just give you some cards.
So we have a zero Zero cost spell card. I'm assuming it's oh, it's a portal card. Okay. So this card, since there's no image for the cards, I cannot put it up on. There's no art for the card. I cannot put it up on screen. And since Marcus is copying and pasting it instead of giving me the source information, I can. All I
It's
can
on
do
another
is
Discord,
read you guys
it's on
the
another Discord group. So.
effect of the cards. So you
It's
just
another
are just
Discord.
gonna have to bear with me on this one.
It's on another Discord group. I can't give you the source.
So gold. So it's a gold card, mass production. Cost of an artifact in your hand. Oh, reduce the cost of the of an artifact in your hand by 1. Add 3 artifact cards of the same type into your deck. So if you take this card and you put it over that storm artifact that we just looked at, you can get
It's gonna become
a lot more storm cards, and you will have a 4-cost storm card in your hand. Yeah. So that's a very strong portal card. Not only that, it's free cost. It's completely free. And you put 3 more in your hand of that same card that you just reduced. That is ridiculous.
Storm artifacts, anyone?
Next we got Hakurabi. I'm assuming it's a portal. It's another portal card. Hakurabi. Yep. It's a 5 play point card. 4/4. Gold card with fanfare. Fanfare effect. Add 1 random artifact to your hand. If resonance is active, you add 2. Now, if we looked at previously at the other cards that put artifact cards into your deck, you will be putting those cards into your hand. Now, if I remember, the artifacts are tokens, so you will not be able to put them into your deck. You would have to play cards that put artifacts into your deck.
Correct.
So, basically, this card will Portalcraft is basically a class that prevents you from decking out ever. Because you're going to keep putting more artifacts into your deck.
Yep.
And then you're just going to keep drawing more cards. So it could be a good thing and also a bad thing, because the more cards you put into your deck, the harder it is to pull the cards that you need.
Yeah, you pollute your draws, basically.
Icarus, probably a neutral card here. 2 play point follower, silver with 2/2. Add 2 ancient artifacts. Oh, so it's a portal card. Okay. Add 2 ancient artifacts into your deck. So you can use this card and add more 2 cards into your deck, and then if you evolve this follower, it does have an evolve effect. You draw a random artifact from your deck and add it to your hand. So it's going to be a completely random. If you have ancient artifacts, if you put 2 ancient artifacts and those are the only 2 artifacts you have, then you're obviously going to draw those. However, if you have ancient artifacts and you have the other artifacts in there, chances are you might draw those instead.
Mm-hmm.
So watch out for that. Gravity Warrior. Sounds like a rune card. It's a portal card. Okay. It's a 4 play point follower. It's a 3/4 bronze. Fanfare effect. Add 2 random artifacts to your deck. So you don't know what artifacts is going to be put into your deck. But then again, I'm pretty sure it's going to show you, but not your opponent.
Yep, basically.
So it's going to show to you the cards that you can put into your deck, and then it's going to show. It's probably going to be shoveled in there, obviously.
Yeah. It's probably going to be with two of the 4 other artifacts we already know of.
And then it does have the evolve abilities, and it's a 4 play point follower, so you could evolve it on the turn that you play it. You draw a random artifact from your deck and you add it to your hand. So depending on how many artifacts you have by turn 4, it will be easy or ridiculously impossible for you to draw the artifact that you need.
Yeah.
And I believe that is it for all the cards that we have available.
That's all I could find.
Alright, now it's time for the halftime show. Could you stop fucking scrolling up, you fucking Discord shit. So, I believe that is all we have. Let's go ahead and quickly go over to the halftime show before we get into Elsword. because we're coming up to the time limit here. Let's see what we got. Halftime show. What was our topics again?
Something with Soul Worker and other stuff.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Soul Workers. Okay. So Soul Workers is.
I'm still stoked about that game. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm so stoked for so many games right now. I don't even know what I want right now. So Soul Worker is let's see if we have any more information from Soul Worker here. So the last time I took a look at the Soul Worker Facebook page, they are doing a giveaway. But then again, it's a weekend giveaway, so I'm not sure you guys will be able to partake in it anymore. They're giving away basically Soul Worker merchandise. Oh, they're giving away 20 Christmas mugs and 20 T-shirts. So you guys might still be able to partake in those. There's a looks like a headset here, a headset, earphones, whatever you want to call it. There's a mouse here, and here's a mouse pad. So they're giving away some good stuff. There's an entry conditions over here. It's until actually it's still you can still enter. You've got until December 17th to take part in it. So you still have 5 days if you count today as well to partake in this giveaway. Here are the entry conditions. Eligibility, full age with residence, you got a Game Forge. So here's all the information. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that of the giveaway. So if you guys want to check that out, you can go ahead and check the Facebook page for Soul Worker and look at it yourself. I'll even put in the link to the information if you guys so need it in the description. Merchandise. They got some merchandise, Soul Worker merchandise. If I can find it, but I think that was what we were just looking at is the merchandise for Soul Worker. Next, I'm not too sure if this is a playable character, but there you go. This is probably one of the playable characters we will probably be able to play. Now, I'm not sure if it's a new character, but it's definitely a character. And she looks to be playable. So there you guys go. Closers, there isn't really too much to say about Closers. Closers is still in closed beta testing.
Mm-hmm.
There is still no it looks like the Facebook page is down. There's no information on when the official release is gonna be. So
hopefully soon.
I'm hoping soon, yeah. Because I don't know. There's so many games I am so stoked for. I don't even know which one I want to start first.
I know, right?
So there's Soul Worker and Closers. Let's go ahead and hop on over to Elsword. We got about 5-10 minutes to talk about Elsword. Let me see what our topics were for Elsword here. The balance. Oh yeah, that's right. The balance patch. Ooh, can we do that in 5 minutes? Balance patch and third job for second line characters. Not enough information has been released for that. Okay, so let's go ahead and quickly go over the balance patch. Oh, and there seems to be a patch update for December 14th, and what's going to be changed for even more changes in the balance patch for for third job characters. So they're going to be getting some new events as well. Alrighty. So Elsword Episode 8 has been released. If you guys have not watched it yet, I recommend you guys go watch Elsword. Episode 8 has been released. Episode 9 will be released by the end of this month, this week. At the end of this week, and since we are not a review podcast, we will not be going over what happened in episode 8 as much as I want to. We are not a review channel. Third jobs for second line characters. This is going to be Raven's Pendant. There's no date of for these releases yet.
I'm assuming next week, honestly.
Balance patch. We're just going to skip all of the drop items. Shared Force is basically just about everything is going to be getting buffed and nerfed in PvP, yada yada yada. Zora, we're just going to skip that. These are basically dropped items. We'll just skip that and we'll go straight into Elsword. Commitment, now if you guys remember, that's the passive skill that Elsword gets when he becomes an Knight Emperor, basically standing still for get hit 3 times, and this lasts for 10 seconds. Basically, the fit you hit or get hit 3 times. So basically, you can activate it by attacking your opponents now. You're attacking the enemy monsters. And in PvP, it's reduced by half, so it only lasts for 5 seconds in PvP. Combat Preparation. Elsword's buff. So instead of standing still for 5 seconds, you can just stand still for 1 second, you get the buff, and then you stay standing and you heal for every 3 seconds instead of 5 seconds. I'm just blazing through this because we're running out of time. No cooldown time. Instead of a 10 second, so now from no cooldown is now 10 seconds cooldown, so that's a little nerf right there. But however, the 3% makes up for that 10-second cooldown. And then, of course, it's also buffed in PvP. Eve, I'm a little disappointed in her name, but whatever. Iron Scraps changed. It's getting buffed. 209. It's going to... awaiting damage is going to get buffed by 1%. It may not seem like a lot, but that's a lot of damage. 41 to 45% gets buffed in PvP. The launch magic is going to be nerfed from 82 to 83, 84 to 83%. The hit percentage is going to increase from 41 to 59%. Commands is going to be increased hit stun time. Power stun is going to be added to the third speed here for her hyperactive. Comic Crusher, critical crusades. Critical is only 60% active. Physical attack, when awakening and all that. Basically, make her even more tanky. Aura, basically her dragon skills are getting buffed. Lucio is also getting buffed and nerfed in PvP. And then Rose is quantum bomb delay time increase. And I'm surprised Ad did not even get touched.
Who?
Ad.
Oh, Elsis?
Ad.
Oh, Ad.
Yeah, Elsis didn't get touched. Maybe she might be... Nope, Ad still didn't get touched in the upcoming balance patch. So the upcoming balance patch is going to Blaze Step is maintained on Mount, and now it's going to be removed. Wait, what?
It's basically just some... That one's just basically, I guess...
Looks like it sounds like a bug.
Yeah.
Ellis says Kingdom Sword, Unlimited Blade, Critical Drive, Sword of Judgment, Sword of Victory, Juggernaut Busta, Sonic Blade, Cross Slash, Divine Blade, Giga Blast. Basically, Kingdom Sword targets all active special active skills. Kingdom Sword's buff activates when skill lands successfully. Doesn't activate for 2 seconds after activation. So I think they're...
They made it so...
Oh, they buffed it. So they made it to where all skills will trigger the
Yeah,
Kingdom Sword if they
but
are successful. If
but
they
yeah,
successfully hit the land a hit.
but you have to wait 2 seconds after to get the other buff again, which is fine.
Double attack activation chance with 2%. They reduced it to 1%. However, you can increase its
It's
to
just you can
10%.
stack it.
So they basically nerfed it from 20% to 10%. Holy Sword generated um, above level 10 does not activate for 1 minute after activation. Attacks nearby enemies for 30 seconds. So I'm pretty sure you guys remember that giant sword that follows Elosis around when that thing triggers. So the Holy Sword generated when special active skill is used for 10 times is still in effect, and then you cannot use the effect again after a minute. Attacks nearby enemies for 30 seconds of using non-hit stun attacks. Um, it doesn't seem much has changed other than the fact that they changed it from the buff from to reach level
They
10.
nerfed they nerfed the damage that the sword
So they
does,
practically nerfed the ability to activate it. So you have to hit
and they also nerfed
level
the
10,
sword
so you have
itself.
to use 10 special actives to activate it. The hit stun doesn't change. They nerfed the damage in dungeons and PvP, so I'm a little
But they
disappointed.
but they made it attack more frequently, so it's a trade-off.
Revamp, and these are practically fixes. Character head size fixed. Ein's head got small. Is gonna get smaller. Can adjust the thickness, outer line, graphic options. Oh. Heroic weapon grade chance adjusted. Well, that's better. More chance of level 11 or higher appearing less than once in level 10. Dungeon. Oh, that dungeon matching shows dungeon name. Wait, what? Still can't figure out what that means. We'll probably go more information on that next week if we have any more information on that. New events, second line characters. Oh, we might have more information on second line characters. Um, third line, second line characters are going to be from December 14th to December 28th.
So 2 weeks.
Christmas event. They're going to be a Christmas event, Blissful Snowball Throw. So I'm pretty sure they're going to say PvP events using snowballs, which is probably going to be fun. I'm not going to
Yeah,
lie. For all players above level 10, obviously. I'm hoping it's PvP event. Get Blissful Snowball through login or daily quests in Snowball Throw. Oh, it's a mini game, so it's not like a PvP game then.
shit.
Login event. Login for 10 minutes to get one snowball per character, so you can get it on each character. Now the question is if it's tradable. I'm not sure. I don't think it
I don't
is.
think so. I don't think so.
Clear dungeons within your level range one time. You get one snowball. And then you can do it again and you get another one. So you get two, you can get three.
3 per day.
Three per character.
Yeah, 3 per day per character.
Collect points by throwing snowballs that rewards Kobo 15 days, Kobo Bless time and space scroll. Accessories is you get a permanent, so you can get a permanent accessory and a lot more items. So they haven't told us what the items you can get, but with many more, I'm assuming it's gonna be like 2 or 3 more items.
Magic stones.
Ariel wears Santa outfit during the event. I remember back when we've had when she was wearing this, I took a screenshot. I was like, not arrow enough. Click on the snowball to get 10 snowball minigame tries. I'm guessing 1 snowball for 10 tries.
Yeah, I guess.
Third job, first line update event. Oh, these are the ending. These are going to be ending. And the new cash up items. Christmas suit or a Christmas dress Oh, depending how those look, I may or consider buying it.
Yeah.
Avatar, Christmas charming hair. I'm guessing
For
that's
the suit
also.
slash dress.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm guessing it goes with the hair, the dress.
Yeah, it does.
Christmas velvet suit dress package. Or you can buy the whole package itself. Velvet suit, dress, and hair. So, and then accessories, Miho, oh the fox band headband, and of course changes to pets and mounts. Hedgehogs walking, sleeping sounds, and Hoya sword sound draw sound have been reduced. Well, it's about time because those have been getting very annoying.
Yeah.
And it seems there's a picture of Ein. Oh God! I guess they made Ein's head smaller. They just took a giant image of Ein and then they just made his head smaller. Oh my God!
That looks so fucking derpy.
Anyways, I think that is it. That is it. That is all for the show. The Shasword Talk Show, episode 8. The patch. Third line characters. You got Raven's pendant. Let me go ahead and show you guys the other ones here. So we got Ellis's belt. Ellis's belt. This is her belt for her third path. Next we got Code Empress. Obviously, it's pink.
Yeah, her crown.
And her crown. And the one that nobody cares about. We're just gonna leave that there. So there you guys go. I wonder. Let's go to Ellis's real quick and go to coming soon. So that's basically they just copy and pasted the transcending the quest over.
Because the quest is obviously going to be the same.
Then you have the belt image over here. You don't really we don't have her face yet, which is very disappointing.
No face. You can't go face yet.
So I wonder how she's gonna look. I'm a little stoked, but I'm also a little scared of what they're gonna do with Ellis's.
Yeah.
Because now, if you guys remember, they went from this a very good, nice looking wind sneaker into a I'm not even gonna say anything. Into this, it looks like something out of a Grand Chase. Let me see. Let me go back over here real quick. I'm just gonna.
But honestly, I think that's the only one that they kind of fucked up on. The others definitely look great.
It's basically this. They're trying to make her look like this.
Animals.
If you look back here, it looks very similar.
Honestly,
they're trying to take it out of that. If not, let me see. Yeah, pretty much this is the only one I can think of. This is basically fourth job from Grand Chase. That's what I feel like they're getting it from, because that's what it looks like to me. They went from a good looking wind sneaker into something that's off out of Grand Chase. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a little disappointed on wind sneaker. As wind sneakers change. Oh, well. Anyways, that is it for the show. I hope you guys did enjoy this this talk of Shadowverse. We talked a lot more about Shadowverse, and then we had to speed through Elsword because of the time limit. So, hope you guys did enjoy the halftime show as well, all that jazz. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, be sure you leave this show a like, so that way other people can get more information on the Shadowverse cards and what to expect in the next meta. Because I am completely done with Bloodcraft. I don't know about you guys, but I'm done with Blood. I'm quitting being a Blood main. Anyways, anything you want to say, Marcus, before we end off the
Not
the
really.
stream? Like anything you were looking forward to or any at all?
Well, I'm actually looking forward to what they do with basically all of their jobs. But
I'm
I'm looking forward to
I'm
see what
talking
they
about in
actually do.
terms of like other than El Sword or instead.
Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to the closers and the new Neptunia games as well.
Definitely. There's a lot of games I want to look forward to, but unfortunately we
Yeah,
cannot do that.
and the new Neptunia games definitely look promising.
There's Cyber Dimension, and then there's
The
Mega
remake of
Dimension, Neptunia, virtual
remake.
reality.
It's
So
basically a remake.
I'm looking forward to those. Anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy. I am going to end it off. I really hope you guys did enjoy. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel because we will be posting more of this every Tuesday. But the show will be uploaded on YouTube on Wednesday though. The show will be uploaded on Wednesday, but the live show is going to be on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Central Time. So be looking forward to that if you guys want to stop by in the chat again. So hope you guys did enjoy. I'll catch you guys later, and I will be doing another stream, but we'll see. Take care.